Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Learners Colony. If you're new to my channel, this channel is completely about providing you with effective study tips, tuning your English language skills, guiding you through your interview and much more. To get to know the in and out details of my channel, you can always check out my launch video and the link will be provided in the description box. And if you would like to get further notifications regarding study tips, interview and English language skills, you should try out subscribing to my channel and clicking on the bell icon so that you never miss any of my future videos. And also try sharing my videos to your loved ones and help them get to know about my channel. So without any delay, let's dive into today's video. Today's topic is all about the continuation of the previous two videos where I thought how to solve ratios and proportion problem, which will be helpful in cracking any of your aptitude paper and competitive exam paper. So today is a question paper session where I will take you through, or it is just like a recap. I will provide you with few questions and I will also provide you the hint as to how to solve it. All that you have to do is you have to solve all the problems, and the top 5 problem solvers will be provided a shout out from my channel. And yes, let's start off with the first problem. So be very careful in reading your question. So in the ratio 7:2, which is the antecedent and which is the consequent, it's really simple. You have to just mention which is antecedent and consequent. So I don't want to give any further hint because the answer is already told. Second problem, express 20:10 in its simplest form. Simplest form is where you have to uh, divide, or you have to divide and bring it to the simplest form possible so that you cannot simplify anything more further. So that is about this question. Third question is comparing 20 pens and 14 apples, right? So as I told you, ratios must be compared with the same kind. So keeping that in mind, try answering this question. So the next problem is simplify 5/2 is to 3/8 is to 4/9. So how to simplify? The hint for this question goes like this. Since the denominators are different, I have taught you to find out the LCM and then simplify to the simplest form. Okay, so all that you have to do is find out the LCM for this particular equation and then try making it or bringing it down to the simplest form. The next question, determine if 6, 12, 24 are in proportion. So since there are 3 components here, if you have to find out if they are in proportion or not, I have already taught you in the first video that you have to multiply your first term and your last term, and the resultant should be the square root of your middle term. Okay, so if you have missed out that video, you can always go check out the part 1 video and the link will be provided in the description box. The next question goes like this. Divide 3000 among A, B, C in the ratio of 2:3:5. Here they are asking you to divide 3000 among this particular ratio. So you have to always compare it with the constant, that is x. So that means 2x plus 3x plus 5x should be equal to 3000. So you have to add all the x's, that will be 8, and 10x should be equal to 3000. Then it's just easy to find out the value of x. Then substitute the value of x in this provided equation and you will be able to get your answer. So the next question, determine if the following ratios form a proportion. So they are asking if 25:35 equals 45:55. So for this, all that we have to know is what is the meaning of proportion. As I already told you, if if two ratios are equal, then those ratios are in proportion. So all that you have to do is you can write 25 is to 35 by 25 by 35 equals 45 by 55. Cancel each of the ratios and see if both the uh, answers are equal. That is like if your LHS, that is your left hand side, equals to RHS right hand side, that means the ratios are in proportion. If they are not in proportion, the statement is false. Okay, so I've provided you with three equations. So do the same logic or the same formula for all the three and find out if they are in proportion or not. Okay, next problem, find the value of x. So I've given here five problems or five equations. So all that you have to do is multiply your extremes, that should be equal to your means. Example, let me tell you for one problem, 4 into 480 should be equal to 5 into x. So that means 4 into 80 equals 5x. Okay, now 4 into 80 divided by 5, bring that 5 down, should be equal to x. So your x is separated, and by simplification you will be able to find out the value of x. The same goes for the second problem. For the third problem, 6 comma x comma 24, as I told, your first term into your third term should be the square root of the middle term. Using that logic or that formula, you can find out the value of x for the rest three problems. Okay, so these were very simple. You have to maximum take 15 seconds to solve these problems. So next problems here. Find the ratio of A is to B is to C when A is to B is 3 is to 5, A is to C is 6 is to 7. Okay, so you have to take it as 3 by 5, that is your A is to B, and A 6 by 7 as A is to C. You just take it in a divided format and then you have to multiply. Oh, so A is to B is to C can be found out by doing the proper multiplication. So I think you have to get back to the sum which I solved in part 2 so that you'll be able to solve this particular problem. So if you're not able to solve any of the problems or any one of the problem, you can always comment down in the comment section so that I will help you solve the problem easily. Okay, no issues. You don't need to give a right answer, you just need to try it, and if you get the right answer, then you have understood the concept to the point. Next problem, a sum of money is divided among R and K in the ratio of 4 is to 7. Okay, if K share is 616, find the total money. Simple, they have given you one person's share, so that means 4x and 7x, let it be 4x and 7x. Since they have given k should be a 7x, 7x equals 616, then you can find out the value of x. Once the value of x is found out, you will be able to find out the total money. How? First you have to find out r, and then r plus k will give you the total money. Okay, next problem, the difference between two numbers is 33 and the ratio between them is 5 is to 2. Find the numbers. Now read the question properly. They have not told you the sum between the two numbers, it is a difference. That means 5x minus 2x should be 33, and simplifying you will get to know the value of x and substitute the value of x in this provided equation so that you will find the required numbers. Next problem, if 4a equals 5b equals 6c, find the ratio of a is to b is to c. It is a similar way, the way you do the first problem. You have to take it as let 4a equals 5b equals 6c equals to one constant, that is x, and then separate a, b and c, and probably you'll get it in a fraction format and find the LCM, and then you'll be able to find out a is to b is to c. Okay. Next problem. The ratio of number of male and female teachers in a school is 3:4. If there are 16 female teachers, find the number of male teachers. So let M is to F, that is male is to female, be 3x is to 4x. Since they have given you the female teachers, that is your 4x should be equal to 16, and find the x separately, and then once x is found out, it will be easy for you to find out number of male teachers. Cool. Next problem. In a library, the ratio of English books to max book is same as max to science. If there are 1200 books on English and 1800 on math, find the number of science books. Now for this, how you have to go start the problem is, let English is to max is to science. Since max English and math and science are equal, so in place of English books, put the value as 1200. In math, 1800 is to, again max is to science, right? Again in the place of math, put 1800. In place of science, take it as x. And now follow the key point, that is multiplying your extremes and multiplying your means. Doing in such way, you will be able to find out the total number of science books. Okay. So we have come to the end of the video. I have provided the right hints. You have to use those hints, and you have to use the concept that I taught you, and go through the problems that I've taught you in previous two videos, and try solving these problems and answer all the problems right, and provide your answers in the comment section, and the top 5 problem solvers will be given a shout out from my hand. And if you like this entire concept, and if you have understood the entire concept of ratios and proportions, please do give a like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you never miss any of my videos. And as I told, don't forget the target of 100 likes and 100 views, and share it to as many people as possible, and help others also get to know about this channel and make the best use of it. Thank you so much for watching, and all the best for solving these problems. Thank you so much. Bye bye.